It's day 11 of designing Animal Crossing Island in 30 days on hard mode. Yesterday we placed down a campsite and our first bridge, a whole bunch of stuff really. Today though, the story is going to continue to progress because now it looks like we're going to be forced to be introduced to Lottie. I didn't make it a rule that there's no using Happy Home in this challenge, but I'm just going to tell you now, this is the last time you're going to be seeing Lottie in this series. But just like that, one of the strangers in our photo with 3 strangers has been identified. And you know what? I don't like them. So what are our actual goals for today? Well, first things first, we need to test out our very first bridge. Yep. This feels good enough, I would say. It is honestly so nice to have this. Let's go do our dailies. Talking to Sable being one of them. I would say my main goal for today, there's the campsite, is to go ahead and try to make some actual progress towards paying down my first loan, which is going to be tough to do because, oh no! I knew I was going to do that. That's going to be even tougher now. I was trying to make that 10K, which would have depleted my wallet, and at least I would have planted a 10K tree. Anyway, yeah, that's why it's gonna be difficult, because I don't really have, I spent so much money yesterday, I don't really have much. I don't think we'll end this video by paying down that loan, but I do think we make some pretty decent progress. And the reason that I'm shifting my focus in this direction is because now that my stuff is starting to spill out into town, out of my storage, and I'm trying to get 3 stars, I kind of feel like it's getting urgent. You know, I need to do something about this. As you might recall, I only need 75,000 to finish up the loan though, so we could probably get that considering I already have almost 40K, and I haven't even found the money rock yet. And look at that, golden dishes, good recipe. Of course, unless the money falls from the sky, I literally am not gonna have the 75K by the end of today just because I can't actually get it from Nooks in real time. I have to just put things in the Dropbox, and then tomorrow, hopefully we can pay down the rest of the loan. Also, it's going to be kind of boring, but I think I might spend some time today plucking the rest of the weeds from the island, because again, weeds, I believe, count against you for 3 stars. It's actually kind of confusing. This game is a lot nicer when it comes to weeds than past games, and I still have a lot of memories of playing old Animal Crossing, and they're all mixing in with New Horizons memories, so I get a little confused. I've done a pretty decent job of grabbing weeds from different areas of the island, so there's actually not too many spots left where it's pretty overgrown, so I'm not too worried about getting this done today. Looks like Red is here today, so that's fun. That will, of course, eat into our wallet a little bit, but it'll be worth it. Let's see, it looks like he has another real statue today. This is awesome. I never get this statue this early. And then I could see using both of these items. We have a caution sign for a wet floor, and then a chest freezer. As you know, with Animal Crossing, it takes one entire real-life day to get Tom Nook to work on a project and have it actually be finished. So as I start to unlock the middle section of the game where you start to get terraforming, things like that, my personal goal is to try and get something in the works with Tom Nook every single day. It's just not realistic because all that stuff costs a lot of money. But now that we're done kind of placing down, all the main buildings, and we have our first bridge and stuff, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, so it'd be really cool if I can get my house under construction so that tomorrow that's done. And then from there we can get a staircase and stuff like that. More realistically though, with the way that we're earning money, I think it's probably better to just assume that maybe every other day I start a project, only because I'm just flat broke. Essentially, I think that boils down to needing to make 100K a day. And I've not been doing any work to get towards that. I mean, we're getting the money from the money trees and the money rock every day, and that's a good push, but I'm not doing nearly enough diving or fishing or bug catching, just money making things to get us even close. Planting the pumpkins will help a lot, and I have the fruit farm now, so there is some stuff in the works. It's not like I've done nothing towards obtaining wealth, but yeah, this goal that I'm talking about, probably a little unrealistic just yet. Good news though, I think I've picked up every weed on the island now. Or, I don't know, maybe there's a couple stray ones laying around, but all the major sections are done. While we're picking stuff up and talking about cash, let's grab a bunch of shells. I don't think... Okay, well, now I know. I don't have enough room to carry them, but yeah, we're going to pick these up too. And I think today diving is going to be my #1 way of making money. But we're going to save that for last because there's still obviously the money rock and some other things I want to do as well, such as turn in my fossils to see if there's any that are already here. And there's one, which stinks because I was really hoping to sell all of them. Of course, there is one more money-making method I've dared not speak about, and that is crafting. As you know, I'm going to need a lot of materials to finish this challenge, but I also need a lot of money. So if I'm willing to sacrifice some of the stuff that I have a bit of a surplus of, I can probably make some good money while not completely spoiling my chances at, like, you know, making some good progress here. So I'm going to make some stone tables. I do have quite a bit of stone. Then I'm going to make a log stool because I did plan on making one of these for myself anyway. And then I'm going to make a couple of these log garden lounges because I have the extra wood. And the way crafting works when it comes to making money, I've explained this before, but it usually helps somebody to know this. Let's say one piece of stone is worth 100 bells. It's not, but let's just say it is. When you sell an item that requires that stone as a crafting material, you're essentially doubling the value of that one piece of stone to 200 bells. Now, of course, you do need to subtract the 20% in this case because I'm using the drop box, but basically we're taking a piece of stone, we're shoving it into a stone table, and we're doubling the value of each piece of stone that we put into that stone table, and that's going to get us, in this case, with the fossil and everything else, 16,464 bells. I'm going to go ahead and put the log stool right here, and that is for my flimsy axe, which I'm just going to drop on top of it. At this time, that's all the materials I'm kind of willing to part with. But yeah, this is definitely a money-making method we could use once in a while. Anyway, let's water the pumpkins. We're definitely going to need, you know, a pretty good amount of these. Ooh, and watering produce is a ×5 Nook Miles reward today. That's really good, because I am thinking I might want that last inventory upgrade. I definitely have enough weeds. We can sell those too. So we'll grab those points. We'll also get some one-off points for creating more DIY items. And I still need to run around, collect some cherries, get them wrapped up, give out gifts, but I'm going to skip ahead to just diving, I think, because I'm really just focused on making that money right now. I'm going to fill my inventory with sea creatures. We'll see where that gets us. I probably have a few new ones I'll end up having to donate because it is October now. But, you know, we need the money, and at least one inventory full of these should get us on our way. Ooh, I got my first crab. Speaking of getting new stuff here, that's great. Let's give up the scallop today, see what we get. I haven't forgotten that I owe him a rockin' shirt, and I still have a few more days to do that. I think we'll probably make that a tomorrow thing. Oh, I see a balloon in the distance. I'm I'm gonna grab this and go get that balloon. You never know when 30K is gonna fall out of the sky. And it is clay furnace. Honestly, this is a pretty cool item. Yeah, I'm not mad about this at all. For now, I'm just gonna shove it like right back here, and that's a temporary spot. Anyway, a pretty good handful of items here to donate, and the rest we can go ahead and sell. Now, my gift from Pascal this time was a pearl, and selling this, even with the 20% hit, we get 8,000 bells. I don't generally craft the mermaid furniture, and I hold on to pearls. I just kind of hoard them. I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I don't know if I'll sell all of them that I get, but we desperately need the money, and I just don't see myself making any of that furniture anytime soon. But I think that brings us to around 33,000, it said. Now, where does that leave us with our home loan? Well, currently in savings, we have 18,240, which means we have a total of 62,000 in my pocket right now. I can go ahead and just pay like 60,000 into this. And yeah, we have more than enough now to clear this loan by tomorrow, which is great. Ooh, and a new piece of clothing has entered the chat. And Molly wants to give me something. Is it pants, finally? Oh, cat grass. Okay, that's fine. That's a fun little item. Will she accept a present from me? No. I was looking for something to put on this table, so here we go. I like the cat grass a lot. I think this is a cool item. So yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, where was I? New clothing, yes. I personally think this outfit, maybe without the hat, is probably a little more suited to where I'm currently at in this challenge. Maybe there's pants in the mail. Oh, it's just a letter from Faith. All right, well, we may have finished our goal of getting our loan almost paid off, but now I have some other stuff that I need to wrap up before we can end the day. Other than my 5 Nook Miles tasks, I still need to give everybody I can presents, because presents are the #1 way that I obtain furniture in this challenge. And, you know, honestly, we've actually not been doing too bad with some of the items we've been given, but I gotta stay on top of it. Also, one of my tasks was to chop up 10 bits of wood, so that's done now. And it was a ×2 task. Look at that. We won't be selling a hot item for a fortune, but growing a fruit tree is something we could do. Maybe it's time to plant some more coconut trees. I could sure use the money. Speaking of coconuts, I should probably be making it a habit to chop these just like I'm doing the orange trees as well. I don't know what I'm thinking. I will not be giving them as presents, that's for sure. I'm going to be cheaping out on these villagers quite a bit. My goal is to get someone's photo, and again, that's not like a series goal, that's just a personal thing. I'd really like to come away with a photo before the end of this. Kind of difficult to do in 30 days, but it's not nearly as important as just getting something, anything, clothing, furniture, whatever we can get from them. Let's see what balloon number 2 has to offer. It is 5 clay. Well, you know what? Actually, I don't have a ton of clay. That's fine. I chopped and chopped until my axe broke, and I think that's good enough. We'll go ahead and gather up our cherries and start getting them wrapped. I think I'm going to put a few coconut trees somewhere over here. Yeah, we'll just do a group of 3, like right by the river mouth. We'll grab the points. Oh, and we got some one-off points for chopping, which is, oh, another 1,000. Very nice. And yeah, let's start handing out gifts. Faith is crafting a spooky arch. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to make a spooky area on the island before this is over. Hopefully we get something good in return here. Oh, okay, so that works. More clothing is never bad. It's not technically pants, but it does cover my whole body. I'm still gonna rock the dirty tank top though. I don't think I've earned this yet. Samson's gonna give us a gym tee. All right, that's a little more in line with my wardrobe choices at the moment. Ooh, and we got more points for true friends. I'll take it. Oh, Sherry has fleas. Well, I guess I kind of need fleas. Not to like have on my body. I just mean in the museum. So there we go. I'll be taking that. I love the reaction when certain villagers get fleas. It's really funny. But no gift for that? Really? I just saved you so much embarrassment. All right, fine. Here, take this. Okay, now I get a soccer uniform top. Oh my gosh, someone please give me some pants. At least we get points for catching a flea. I think the last villager I can gift today is Zucker, so I'm over here on his side of the island just gathering up some more cherries so that I can wrap them up and hopefully get something nice. It looks like I'm gonna have to short him one. I might have actually gathered up all the cherries on the island at the moment, so I don't know what I'm gonna give people tomorrow, but Zucker is gonna come through for me with a Zen cushion, and I'm gonna get some more points. 500 points. What is this for? Oh, simply just chatting with residents. Okay, cool. All right, I have a few more things to sell, and then there's one more really important thing I want to get going. I'm just not realizing I didn't finish collecting shells today. Maybe I'll do that too, but that's not the important thing. No, the important thing is choosing another bridge. And I'm trying to decide. I think these ones are not to my taste for this island. And they're the more expensive ones anyway. How about that? But these 4, especially like these 3 here, are kind of where I'm torn. I was thinking about using this kind of path around the island. So I thought, oh, I'll just use these stone bridges. But the wooden ones are pretty inoffensive. I always thought these looked nice. They're a nice mix of like that natural but urban look that I'm probably going to end up leaning into. And I think the contrast between like the stone path and the wooden bridge will also look nice. So I'm going to go with this one. If I have the money later, I want to replace this bridge with one of these. And every now and again, a suspension bridge will be cool just to kind of break things up a little bit. But I think the bridge I just chose will be my like default bridge. You know what I mean? And I think I'm going to try to put that maybe right here, which means this rock gets destroyed at some point. But let's see if we can fit this like right here. No, not quite. Not without some terraforming. Is there any chance I can move it up a little bit? No, it's not going to work. I could get rid of this pond. There's a lot of space to put a bridge right here, but I don't want to get rid of this pond. I'm trying not to really terraform. There's also the option of just putting it down here by this river mouth, which feels a little boring to be honest, but the way my island is set up, this might work, because that means a path will go from here over to here in front of resident services, so we could pop it right up here, and then we can continue along this way and connect it to our island's entrance, and kind of meets in this little weird intersection that's going to be here, where there'll be another path to resident services plus a path to the museum. Something like that. Or I won't even make a path that goes from here up to there. Maybe we'll block it with some kind of bus stop or something, and then just have this path be like the main one to resident services. Anyway, just kind of imagining out loud. But yeah, this is not a bad spot for this bridge. I just wanted to get a bridge going. I think this is probably the best spot for it, but we'll imagine. It looks nice. Let me look at one more thing. So that means the path that I draw will go like along here, and it's a little close to the beach, but it's not too bad. I might move it one tile up though, just to give me a little more of a buffer between the beach and this path. So let's put it up here. Let's try this. Yeah, I think this is good. Now, why did I make this right now when I'm crying poverty at the moment? Well, that's because villagers will help you pay this off. And it kind of doesn't make sense not to at least get a future project set up if we know where it's going to go, even if I have 0 bells to put towards it right now. Of course, I'll continue to work on paying it off tomorrow and the days to come. Oh, and before I forget again, I just wanted to say a huge thank you and congratulations to everybody who voted for Samson. You did it. You got him to number 1, and failing this part of the challenge, I think at this point will be impossible. But tomorrow is also going to be interesting because we get our first campsite villager, which we have to invite to the island. So we'll check it out And what I want you to do is check out this video here, which is tomorrow's episode if it's ready. Otherwise, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.